Hello my fellow hunters, welcome to the last video of the Elemental Switch X Pentalogy for Monster Hunter Rise, game version 2.0. I think this video take the longest time. I think maybe it's take about, I'm actually in preparation, but I think it take about 40 minutes for the entire video. And the reason is we are talking about 5 switch axes. You maybe have seen the previous video, there are all half an hour and there are only mostly 2 or 3 different switch axes, and this video are 5 different switch axes with 3 different file types. Yes, 3 different file types. Also, this took me a very long time of preparation for several reasons. For example, for the Ibushi switch axe I needed that Ibushi gem, and I have to kill about 20 Ibushis to get that orb you need to craft the switch axe. And yes, you know that's a rampage quest. It takes about 20 minutes per quest, and there is an astronomical chance to get that gem of 2%. So yes, that took me so much time. And yes, I only crafted the best switch axes. I also show you the weak switch axes, like the Origami switch axe or the Hellish axe, but I don't fully upgraded them actually. Yes, and I actually had to figure out how the Dragon file works for the Bishaten switch axe, for example, or for the Origami switch axe, and I'm gonna explain that you in the next video how Dragon files exactly work. Okay, so we start with the worst switch axes. Okay, I also show you 2 gameplay videos. Okay, so let's start with the worst switch axe. Origami switch axe has a dragon file, so we're gonna search for the dragon file, and we're gonna search, okay, it's here in the smithy tree. Okay, you need some Kamura tickets to craft that Origami axe, and yes, only Volvidon, Agnosom and Anjanath stuff. Okay, the good thing on the switch axe is it has natural white sharpness, so you don't need handicraft. It has a pretty good amount of slots, and yes, this weapon is only rarity 5. I hope it gets an upgrade in version 3.0, but I'm not sure because it's a silly weapon. Okay, a silly weapon design. Okay, or how would I call it, or special weapon design, whatever. And yes, the dragon file is pretty strong. I love the dragon file. Sorry, I made a cut, I was interrupted. Okay, I want to explain something. This switch axe has a pretty good file. File damage is okay, sharpness is great, but you can see attack is just too bad. And if you want to have a good switch axe build in game version 2.0, I think you need at least 200 attack. Okay, 190 is sometimes okay, but I think at least minimum 200. Okay, let's have a look at the ramp up skills. We are having the coding switch boost. This is a little bit complicated. On the Bishaten switch X, you got 10% addition. 10 additional dragon attack on your dragon file. Okay, but here it works a little bit different, and it's very complicated. Only for morph attacks. Okay, so not for every attack. And yes, I think it makes no sense to figure that out actually in this video, because you can see the attack is still too bad. You can gain additional 10% affinity or additional 6% for your attack, but I personally prefer affinity boost 4, and I'm gonna explain that here in the video. First of all, I show you here for the Petal cloud the different builds I've created. I've created the build with Agitator because this weapon has only 170 raw. Okay, and so the 5% multiplier of attack boost 4 works not so well, so I compared Agitator 4 with attack boost 4, but at the end the best possible build was not with Agitator. It was a critical boost 1, crit I 5, attack boost 4, and also power prolonger 1. So you can see attack boost 4 is still better. You can see it's still the same attack. 215 with attack boost and 216 with agitator 4. But you can see here the difference is because of the power prolonger. Because in this build you can fit in power prolonger level 1. And that's the reason this set, you can click on the link and open the set, creates 92.2 DPS. For your information, I calculated this DPS at the second cell, or at the second AE. What's the English name?
Column.
Yes, and I calculated my stuff with a hybrid self-program calculator. I worked with this set builder. I have recommended you actually in my last video, and I'm using this calculator. It's the easy calculator for the NetLivy app. This is a custom calculator made personally by me. This calculator includes different motion values, also the file burst support, rapid morph support, file type support. You can put in your file type, you can see, and yes, the values changes. Also power prolonger support, yes. So yes, I calculated my stuff with this hybrid calculator, okay? I would say still the best morph is with this calculator, okay? But this hybrid calculator is also pretty good, and their results, or you can see it here, pretty similar to my personally programmed calculator, okay? I also have explained in my last video how the hybrid calculator is working, okay? Okay, now come to the next best possible X we are using. It's the 4th best X from the Stench 3. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Okay, let's look for Dragon element. And I think it was a little bit at the bottom of the video. You can see it here from the Stench 3. You can directly craft it. You need some stuff from the Pokeform, where you can send your Palicos or Palamuts with the kite, and they are taking the Sinister Dark Clove, and you can smithy this weapon. It's the Hellish Edge. This weapon, I thought first it's pretty good because of the Dragon element, the good slots, the blue sharpness and the attack, but I think we need 5 levels of Handicraft to reach white sharpness, and I think it's not worth the sacrifice. Okay, I actually didn't calculate it with white sharpness, but I think it makes no sense. I also actually explain you the morph. I also think that the Dragon element is just too bad. We have different ramp up skills. Dragon exploit is very interesting. They say increases damage to Dragon type monsters, but they actually didn't explain what are Dragon type monsters. Okay, so let's ask, is Tiastra a dragon? Is Chameleos a dragon? Yes, I think maybe. Okay, but for Shemi has fire weakness, so why using this Switch X to Shemi, okay? Yes, maybe for Rathalos, or they didn't especially call the monsters' names in this ramp up skill, which is, yes, unfortunately. We also have attack boost 4 and dragon boost 2, which gives you additional 6 elemental attack. We have elemental Phial, so maybe 10 additional element attack or 10 raw. And I'm gonna show you which of these two is better to use. We're gonna unfilter here. We only want to see the Hellish Edge. Okay, I tested these 2 different builds. One time with Dragon 2 and one time with Attack 4. And you can see here augmenting with Dragon 2 is pretty much better. Okay, you deal 95.2 DPS and with Attack 4 only 94.8 DPS. I'm using on the set Wax 3, Crit Boost 2, Crit I 5, Attack Boost 4, Power Prolonger 1. Okay. Now we come to the good switch access, okay? That first 10 minutes was for the bad switch access, but only informative, okay? I'm gonna unfilter those weapons and we're gonna check the Azure Elder X2 from Reddit, the Azure Elder X, the X of Wisdom, and the Phial Drache. Okay? You can see here I made a lot of calculations. So now we come to the second best Switch X. So first of all, there is no third best Switch X. I think the X of Wisdom and the Azure Elder X are pretty much the same. You can see here the best possible build for the X of Wisdom, so the Bishaten Switch X is 106.1, and from the Azure Elder X2 it's 106.9, so I think these two are pretty similar, but I recommend using the Bishaten Switch X because because the M you got so fast in the end state, you're gonna see it in the gameplay. Okay, first I show you the Azure Elder X2. I'm gonna equip this weapon because I've gone to the smithy and crafted this weapon. I think this weapon is the importantest one of all actually, because the X of Wisdom is in its final form, and also the Phial Drache Switch X, you can see it here, is also in its final form. But the Ibushi Switch X gets an upgrade in version 3.0, and I'm pretty sure that the Azure Elder X is gonna be a meta weapon in version 3.0. Okay, the only bad thing on the Switch X is horrible element value, only 11. I personally would say playing elemental Switch X only makes sense when the element is 25 or minimum 30. Okay, no slots, no affinity. This is not the final form of the Switch X. I show you how to craft the Switch X. Upgrade. Go to the smithy tree at the bottom, and you found it. Let's give me 1 second here at the Ibushi tree. You can craft it directly. You need some blue spikes. You have to break some parts for the blue spikes, I think. And yes, that Wind Serpent orb has an astronomical chance to get. So you have to invest a lot of funds and a lot of time to get this weapon. You can also reach white sharpness with that weapon, but I think it don't make sense when you can get such a blue chunk and never need to sharpen. I also see some speedrunners using this X because of the good sharpness. Okay, let's have a look at the ramp up skill. We have anti-aerial species that increases the damage to flying wyverns to 5%, and Dragon Boost 3, which increases your elemental attack power plus 8, and we are using the Dragon Boost 3 because we're having elemental attack, and Dragon Attack 11 is just too bad. And the 5% bonus is not so good. The Sinogura Switch X bonus is better because it gets a 10% bonus. Okay, I'm gonna show you the best possible build. So at this part, thank you to two persons. Thank you to Bird of War from Reddit. He gave me the hint that there was from the Reddit meta post this French guy I talked about in the past. He made this raw builds, but I don't like his raw builds because he has used Mind's Eye. But this Elemental Dragon build from the French guy is absolutely awesome. He used the Dragon Boost 3 like I explained, Rabbit Morph 3, Power Longer 1, Crit I 6, Dragon Attack 5, Attack Boost 4, Wax 3, Rabbit Morph 3, like at a charm, but he has a pretty good charm. I didn't have a Power Prolonger on my charm, and also a Rabbit Morph 3 charm is absolutely insane. Yes, Crit Boost 2, Power Prolonger 2, yes, because it's a power file. I'm also using, I think he's using the Jyuratodus chest? No, he's not using the Jyuratodus chest, he's using the white mail, okay. I'm not sure why he's not using the Jyuratodus chest, but okay. But still he has the best build. You can see the builds I personally created, they are not so good. They only have, the best build has 103.7 DPS with coding ramp up skill. Sorry, that's from the X of Wisdom. We actually at the Azure X, you can see my best build were with the anti-arrow skill. When this skill is triggered, you got that 5% buff, and I've used Attack Boost 4, Agitator level 3, Crit Eye level 3, Critical Boost level 1, power prolonger level 2, and dragon attack maxed out. And yes, if you fighting against flying wyverns, my set does 104 DPS, and if you're not actually fighting against flying wyverns, only 99.9 DPS. Yes, and now to the build from the French guy. It does 106.9 DPS, which is by far the best build for the Azure Elder X2 actually. He used attack boost 4, power prolonger 2, crit I6 and crit boost 2. 247 attack and 26 element. Yes, that's by far the best dragon build for the Azure Elder X2, okay? Now we come to the X where I have prepared gameplay. I'm gonna show you the next Switch X. I think it's maybe the favorite Switch X of Benji Boy, but I'm not sure. He uses this Switch X a lot. Let's give me a second. I also like the design of all those Switch X's. They're looking so cool, so much better than in World. Yes, okay. Oh, sorry. I've prepared a set. I can already equip the set. Sorry. Okay, first of all, I show you how to craft this weapon. We go to Forge Upgrade Weapon, Switch X, gonna sort by file type, because it has a dragon file. Okay, you can see it's here. You can craft it directly from the Bishaten tree and can upgrade it. You need beast gems. Beast gems are so common, I have 30 of them. And yes, I like the ramp up skills. You have Psych boost, pretty cool if you use the dive bomb skill, but I actually prefer Invisible Gambit to dodge the rolls. It's more enjoyable for beginners and all. I'm no a beginner for Switch X, sorry, but it's just more enjoyable to play the Invisible Gambit for me personally. Also, we got boost equipped coding, which gives you 10 additional mental attack on your file and also attack boost 2. Okay. Sorry, I forgot one thing for the Bishaten weapon. The good thing is you can reach wide sharpness with the Switch X. That's pretty cool. And it also has 200 attack, which is pretty good, and a level 3 slot. Okay. I'm gonna show you now the morph for the Bishaten Switch X. So we're gonna unfilter our Azure Elder X. Okay. Now we can see here X of Wisdom, different builds. I only talk you the best build. I don't want to make this video too long. You can see I've also tried for the X of Wisdom. Why is not the Azure Elder X unfiltered? Ah, okay. Now it's unfiltered. Okay, I've tried different builds. I've tried also attack boost 0 build, but with more crit. It was not bad, better than other attack boost 4 builds. I've done 103.7 DPS, but I think the best build you can craft is this set. Okay. You have to use the coding ramp up skill, which gives you 10% additional dragon attack. You can see we only have 38 dragon attack on the file, and on the attack 0 build we have 46 file damage. Okay, but this build is still the best. You can see it here. We do 106.1 DPS, and with my self-programmed calculator we're doing 113.5 DPS with this build. Okay, I only have dragon attack level 2. You can also use dragon attack level 3 or 1, but I think there is no huge difference. Okay, only 0.3% more DPS or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna show you the set skills at this build. Okay, on this Bishaten build, I personally would recommend this build against Apex monsters, Elder Dragons and general monsters that have bad raw hits and values. Okay, so for Apex Rathian, Apex monsters, what else? Okay, so maybe I don't recommend it really for Rathian. I think for Rathian, Standard Rathian or Standard Rathalos, the Phial Drache Switch X is better. Okay, I show you the skills. Crit I5, attack boost 4, wax 3, protective polish, speed sharpening and rapid morph are maxed out. Dragon attack level 2. Handicraft level 2 to get that wide sharpness. Critical boost level 1. Yes, that's it. I'm gonna also show you the decorations I've used. on the set. I think one level of Handicraft isn't enough. No, I think not. Okay, set decorations. On the Axe of Wisdom, a Tenderizer Jewel 2. On the Kaiser Crown, a Grinder Jewel 1. On the Vaik Mail S, 2 Tenderizer Jewels and a Grinder Jewel 1. Oh, it's like the French guy. The French guy also used the Vaik Mail S sometimes. Okay. Sinister Gauntlets S, a Sharp Jewel 2. On the Anjanath Coil S, a Quickswitch and 2 Dragon Jewels. On the Ingot Greaves S, a Grinder Jewel. And on our Rapid Morph 2 Talisman, the French guy have a OP Rapid Morph 3 Talisman. So I didn't have such a good charm than him, but I think it's better. It's a more common talisman, or it's a pretty rare but still good Rapid Morph 2 talisman with 2 level 2 slots, and I slotted in 2 Sharp Jewels level 2. Okay. Okay, that's the Bishaten Switch X, and now I'm gonna show you some gameplay with the Switch X. I got a better time than with the Drache Switch X, but I only have made 3 or 4 tries with the Rathalos hand. Okay, that are no speedruns. Yes, and the KI worked very well with this run, and yes, for the Drache run I have some problems with the monster's KI. Okay, so I think the Bishaten and the Drache Switch X are pretty much the same. You can choose whatever you want. I personally prefer using the Drache Switch X because, yes, I like the chainsaw animation. Okay, I put in now the run. Both runs are sub 3, I think about 3.5 minutes, okay? And now I'm gonna add this run, and after that run I'm gonna show you the Drache Switch X, okay? Also see here, like I have renamed my sets. I think it's pretty cool. I wrote in here the values. I can see here on the plus which file type it is and how the damage is working, okay? So we're gonna equip this Phial Drache Switch X set. It has a power Phial, so it's pretty good for monsters with high raw hits and values like Rathalos or what else. So we're gonna forge this weapon. We're gonna sort by file type, power Phial, okay? Let's gonna have a look. We're gonna sort by element, dragon element. Can we do 2 filters at the same time? I think not, huh? Okay. It's very complicated to craft this weapon, okay? Very complicated. Yes, it's a little bit complicated. First you have to go to the ore tree for the Proton Iron X. Then upgrade this weapon to the Shredder 1. You need some Xenogra stuff. And yes, from Electro Monsters some stuff. Then you have to upgrade from the Shredder 1 to the Drache 1 build. You need some low rank Magna Mallow stuff. Then some Rathalos low rank stuff, and at the end oh sorry, the Medulla is high rank stuff, sorry, and at least some Magna Mallow stuff with yes, Ibushi common stuff. You can see very uncommon things. This Switch X is extremely easy to craft, but the tree is a little bit complicated, okay? The good thing is we can reach white sharpness with the Switch X, and it's really worth it to invest all those handicraft gems. You need a lot of handicraft, but it's really worth it, okay? I'm gonna explain it to you. We have a level 3 slot and 5% affinity. The element is a little bit bad, but the damage output is at the end pretty good, okay? I also have, at this time, I don't equip any rampage slots. That's the reason why, okay? I removed them for the DPS comparison. Oh no, I've already equipped Dragon Boost, okay. So I have chosen the Dragon Boost for the Switch X. We also can use Affinity Boost. I see a lot of speedrunners that are using Affinity Boost 3 on the Switch X, but I personally would say Dragon Boost 2 is mathematically better. I don't know why the speedrunners are using Affinity Boost, but I'm gonna explain it to you actually why Dragon Boost 2 is better than Affinity Boost, okay? Let's have a look at my calculator. You can see the best Phial Drache Switch X does more than 5 DPS more than the X of Wisdom. And for my personal calculator, which is more correctly, the Phial Drache Switch X does 3 DPS more, okay? So we're gonna unfilter these weapons that we only can see the Phial Drache Switch X, okay? You can see I've prepared more than 10 builds. You can see the worst builds are the Attack 7 builds. Attack Boost 7 with blue sharpness. So for all those guys spamming under my comment section, choose that damn Attack Boost 7 skill. It's absolutely garbage. Don't always use that Attack Boost 7. It's silly. It's just a trap. Do less damage. You can see it here. Yes, I know the difference is not so huge, but yes, in comparison, for the best builds, Attack Boost 7 isn't really worth it, okay? It's better to invest in Handicraft, because files are better got affected by the Handicraft multiplier, okay? Yes, on this builds here, on the last 5 builds, I've chosen the blue sharpness. I also tried to get more crit boost skills, like here. Yes, only 108 DPS or what else. We have on the Attack Boost 7 sets 260 attack, also a pretty good element, but blue sharpness, you can see here, I've used Razor Sharp level 3 for that blue sharpness, because on a Switch X you have to use, you have to prevent sharpness losing, because for a ZSD spam you lose so much sharpness, and yes, it's very important to choose Monster's Touch, Razor Sharp, or any skill that prevents losing sharpness, okay? Most important thing for Switch X. So, And you can see the best build, mathematically the best build you can craft is this build with, yes, speed sharpening 3. I have used the dragon rank up. You can see I have used on this build the affinity 3 and on this build the dragon 2. You can see from the skills they are exactly the same builds. Critical boost 0, critical eye 2, attack boost 4, and you can see here, yes, with dragon 2 you do 1.2 DPS more with the hybrid calculator, okay? And now to the best possible Dragon Switch X build in general, the best possible Dragon Switch X in the entire game. For game version 2.0, it's this damn Switch X. It's the Phial Drache Switch X, which is also German. In English it's the Fall Dragon Switch X, but they don't transmitting into the English language. And I've used, I can show you the skills in game I've used. You can still see here, it's by far the best DPS you can do. Also 3 more DPS than with the Bishaten Switch X. Okay, I also explained the best ramp up skills, and now for the final, I show you the set. Attack boost 4, wax 3, dragon attack 3 to get that 5% percentage. Handicraft level 3 at least, protective polish, speed sharpening and rapid morph are maxed out, like always. Critical eye level 2, power prolonger level 2, weight extender 1, and that master mounter is from my jewel, okay. Okay, let's show you the decorations. Or you can see white sharpness is active. An enhanced Drache made with blood, sweat and tears. A real masterpiece. Oh, scheiße, was habe ich jetzt gemacht? Alter, voll an den Tisch rangerammelt. Meine Fresse, was habe ich jetzt gemacht? Okay, let's go on. For the Phial Drache, the best possible combination is Handicraft Jewel level 3 on the X. We are choosing the Almudron Helm S with 2 Tenderizer Jewels 2. My favorite armor piece, Jyuratodus mail with Power Longer 2 and a weight extender 1 on the Switch X, weight extender 1. 3 Dragon Jewels level 1. The Magna Malo Gauntlets with Tenderizer Jewel 2, the Anjanath Coil S with 1 shop and 2 grinder jewels, and for the Ingot Greaves, the grinder jewel. And on my rapid morph level 1 talisman. So you can see in the Bishaten Switch X we have a rapid morph. We have a talisman that's harder to get. But here we only need a rapid morph 1 talisman with 2 level 2 slots. I slotted in 2 shop jewels too, okay? Or my neighbor is actually so annoying. I'm gonna add now the gameplay with the Phial Drache Switch X. Maybe I can get a better time and then I uploaded this video separately, okay? So, finally I'm done with Elemental Switch X game version 2.0. Have fun with the set. I personally prefer using for game version 2.0 Phial Drache or Bishaten, and in version 3.0 I'm pretty sure that the Ibushi Switch X is gonna be the best. Okay, that's it. Have fun with the gameplay. See you next time, and write down in the comments something nice.